This is all just one key being held down. Oh, I love that. Yeah. Hi, I'm Raborn Johnson from Sample Library Review, and today we'll be checking out Motion Keys by Sample Logic. With Motion Keys, Sample Logic have taken their signature 4-channel Kontakt engine and used it to add rhythm and movement to pianos, keyboards, and all things keys. With a ton of sound shaping options and control for sound designers and sound design enthusiasts, and plenty of presets for everyone else, Motion Keys is one of the best keyboard-focused instruments I have come across in quite some time. Motion Keys includes 12 gigabytes of sample content and 483 sampled instruments and presets using over 10,400 audio samples. Motion Keys uses Sample Logic's proprietary quad-core step animator, including their XY motion engine. It requires the full version of Kontakt 5.8.1 or higher, and Motion Keys has a list price of $299.99, but it's available for the introductory price of $199.99. I'd like to go ahead and start out by looking at some of the presets. We're just going to play a few sounds from some of the different categories to give you a real feel for what Motion Keys is all about. I really love that. Beautiful bell-like tones. Let's just jump down here to, how about breathing piano? I like the sound of that. Ah, I love that sound. And you're going to see I'm going to place a favorite tag next to that one to come back later. Let's just jump down here. How about Dexter's Nightmare? I love the little coffee cup loading icon too. Very inventive. Really hearing a lot of motion in that one, but interesting sound nonetheless. How about Kid at Heart? Very cool. All right, let's do one more in this category, Intimate Future. One of the things I will say quickly is that the browser menu here is much improved over what I've seen in other Sample Logic instruments. In the past, it just felt like Sample Logic didn't quite tag things in quite the way that they do here, in really categorizing the sounds so that they're easy to find. But here you can see they've actually used a multi-tag system so that, for instance, if I want an acoustic sound that's also a lead and maybe wet or reverberant, I can click here and it will give me all of the different choices that match that sound or that match those categories. So really, really helpful stuff. And of course, you've got the heart here so that you can find favorites and mark those as such to go back and get them later to create your tracks with. So really, really great system here. And another one that we're going to favorite. All right, let's jump to ambient and make sure to always take that second category off so you're only listening to the sounds in that category that you'd like. One of the things I will mention here, and Sample Logic, if you're listening, this one's for you. One of the really minor complaints that I've always had in Sample Logic's libraries is that you have to use this little bar on the right-hand side if you want to drag down to find new sounds, instead of using the scroll wheel on your mouse, which is just a little inconvenient. I wish they would change that, but a very minor complaint, something to mention though. How about preparing for launch? Gosh, there's just so many cool sounds in here. I'm really liking a lot of these. Let's jump down to the bowed sounds. And you can see a little mystery. We did that one earlier, so you can tell that that was not only an acoustic or organic sound, but also a bowed sound. So let's find something different. And I don't know if you're listening through a pair of computer speakers or studio monitors or headphones, but I would encourage you, when you're checking out demos of this library, both in this video or in other videos, make sure to put on some good headphones, because there are just so many little intricacies that are happening within these sounds, especially as you hold some keys out and sustain them. There's just so many minor things that are easy to miss. I mean, you can just tell that there's a lot of thought, a lot of sound design has went into these sounds. Let's go down to the bright category. Galaxy hunters. I love the names of these sounds. Do you ever wonder who actually is responsible for coming up with the names of these presets for all of these developers? I don't know how they do it. Some really complex sounds in here. Let's go down to the detuned category. Flirting with tonality. Now that's a good name for a preset in the detuned category. Ninja training. What is the sound of ninja training? Oh, I can totally hear this in a ninja flick. They're training outside in the courtyard. The throwing stars are coming. Oh yeah, that is really cool. So one of the first things you'll notice when landing in Motion Keys by Sample Logic is the popular quad-core engine that Sample Logic has included in so many of their instruments. It really is a fantastic engine, and I think they've done an even better job in Motion Keys of expanding the usefulness of it. You can see it's got 4 different cores. As we said, it's a quad-core engine. But what that means is that you actually have sound shaping capability over 4 completely different sounds or modules, and each module contains actually 2 different sound layers. So there's just tons and tons of things you can do with this. You have an XY controller that you can use to either record patterns, as you'll see down here, use default patterns, as you'll see up here, or just actually drag your mouse or your controller into different corners and play with it as you'd like. It really is a great engine. I love when sounds really inspire you. Even the names inspire you to kind of think outside of your box. Dissonant. And that's one of those one key wonders where you probably don't want to hold down more than one key at a time. Let's try that with a couple of keys. Well, actually, it works pretty good. You know, this would be a really good opportunity to take a little bit of a deeper dive into the engine to actually show you what's going on underneath the hood. You can see here, once again, you've got those 4 different cores with all of your ADSR, your low and high cut filters, all of the different controls you would expect. But the step sequencer is really something that completely, the Sample Logic actually calls it a step animator. It's something that really goes to the next level. I mean, many developers have step sequencers or arpeggios built into their engines, but the step animator from Sample Logic is really something totally different. As you'll see, each of the 4 sound cores has a completely separate and unique step animator, and that includes being the ability to be able to change the length of individual steps within a single core. So not only can you have 4 different cores playing 4 different sequences, but even within those sequences, you can have them holding for different amounts of time, including the ability to actually slide and do glitch type effects. I mean, it's really powerful. Let's just watch this as we hold down the key. You can see them moving at the different speeds. So right now we only have the 2 on. You can see the power button is only on 2 of the cores right now. And then one of the things, boy, that was a bad note to end on. One of the things you'll notice too is on the effects chain, each core has its own independent effects chain, which is really, really nice. Again, tons of sound shaping capabilities under the hood. And you have a master effects chain as well. But going back to the core, let's hold down that key again and see if anything's going on with the XY motion controller. Okay, so in this instance, it's not. Actually, let's pick one of these presets and diamond a mine. Let's see what that's about. And I'm going to hit the play button. Oh, making a diamond shape. So you can really see how, you can hear how it's going through those cores. Let's get one that you can hear even more. So for instance, if we do full circle, let's try that. So yeah, you can really hear it cycling through each of those cores. Very, very, very cool. All right, back to the presets. Let's go down to the distorted category. I always love distorted sounds. Let's see what we've got here. Let's try Free to Live. Didn't hear a lot of distortion or edginess in that sound. Interesting. How about Hidden Princess? Oh yeah, there's some distortion. And jumping on down to, how about Power Waves? One more, Raining Through Time. All right, how about some dry sounds? Let's try one of these. And those are dry. Just as it said. How about echoing? Gosh, there's just so many sounds to choose from. It's like, which one to pick? Ooh, I like that. Celebrate technology. That's a good one. And as I said a moment ago, there are just so many sounds to pick from. I think there's over 480, I want to say 483 presets. So there are just a ton of different ones. And, you know, one of the great things that I love that Sample Logic has done is including this random button. So if you're someone who you don't want to get stuck with just the presets that come loaded, but you also don't want to get deep into sound design or into having to create your own textures, you can just hit this random button and you're going to have something totally different within the same preset. So let's do this again. See what we get this time. Something totally different. All right, let's try that once again. Oh, I just really want to see what the step animator is doing on that one. So we've got two of them active. That's just really cool. Really, really cool. All right, let's go down to fast motion. Really cool. There's a sound called Owl City. Now, I'll tell you, a lot of the sounds that I've heard in the library have actually reminded me of Owl City, the group Owl City. So yeah, interesting. I mean, I just get carried away. Now that is fun. That's a definite favorite. You'll have to forgive me if I go on and on, because these are just really, really fun. You kind of get carried away playing, and that's the sign to me of a good library, is when you start playing it and you just find yourself wanting to create a track. And it's hard for you to stop playing and move to the next preset. Cool. Unicorns are real. What a great name. How about The Hero Will Rise? One thing to note as well as we move into the hybrid industrial category is so far I really haven't even been using the hold pedal. This is just me holding down really a few keys at a time and really playing kind of minimally. So you can get a lot for a little effort. Okay, so we had Ninja training earlier. Let's see what Ninja Steel is. Love the way that evolves and that distortion coming through. Let's jump down to the muted sounds. I'm a big muted fan. I love muted pianos or felt pianos. So a lot of good stuff in here. You can see I've already favorited a number of these, though I haven't been through them all, obviously. Let's try Mysterious Conspiracy. How about Noisy Lo-Fi? Merchants of the Orient. On the dark trail, let's try one more of these noisy lo-fi sounds. All right, let's try some of the pads out. Complex Romance. I like how you can hear a little bit of the movement in that pad. It's kind of a wobbly. Let's see here. Let's jump down. How about Greetings of Comfort? Neoprene materials. What does neoprene sound like? All right, let's go to the panoramic sounds. I'm not quite sure what that means. It makes it sound like it would be something going through the stereo field. House of Fear. This is all just one key being held down. Mr. Miyagi. A great Karate Kid reference there for you 80s movies buffs. How about some pulsing sounds? Tim and Danny. Urgent Runner. Didn't really hear a lot of pulsing in Tim and Danny. So let's see if we have something here. Oh, there you go. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, how about some slow attack sounds? Can really hear that evolve. Maturation. Okay, how about some sweeping sounds? Master Chief Lives. Oh my goodness. A nice Halo reference there. Ooh. I like that aftertouch on that one. Very nice. You get a favorite? Sweeping Whales. Pretty cool. Let's do a few synth sounds here. Parisian Dreamers. And perpetual motion. All right, let's go into one last category. Let's do wild stutter sounds. Raining through time. Cool. Serious decision. Construction site. All right, how about one more sound? We'll wrap it up with this one. Let's see. How about Sunrise Child? Really, really cool. As you can see, there's just a whole lot to like in Motion Keys. This is just really, really a fantastic instrument. I'm always looking for new keyboard sounds, something to kind of take a break. Even though piano is my favorite instrument, I love piano, I'm always looking for something to kind of mix it up and add vibrancy and life to my tracks and to be the inspiration for something new. And I tell you, Motion Keys, really, there's a lot of creative fodder under the hood. As you can see, there's over 480 presets. They're very well categorized. There's tons of sound shaping options, tons of sound design capabilities. There's the random button, which allows you to create your own sounds on the fly. There's the XY motion controller, the step animator. I mean, this thing is just loaded with functionality. So I definitely encourage you to check out Motion Keys if you're in the market for keys or pianos that are different, that have some pulsing to them, some evolving going on in the sustain. There's just so much to like here. Thanks for checking out Motion Keys with me. I would love to know what you think about this library. Is this library something you would use in your music? Comment below and share your thoughts. Please like, share, and subscribe. We always appreciate your support. Be sure to visit samplelibraryreview.com for news, reviews, and our weekly deal compressor.